Morning, everyone. Today it is Coffee with Alex. Today I have an opportunity to be here, and Shanda asked me to be here for you because she wanted you to experience a different conversation, a conversation that was very powerful for her. As you guys know, in the history of Shanda, she had an opportunity a long time ago to make a choice, to make a decision, to be in committed action, to create financial freedom in her life. Shanda is one of the persons that I admire the most because her commitment comes from a very, very deep place in her heart, which is a very, very giving way of her being. Her journey started from a very challenging place of financial freedom, and she speaks very openly about it. And her driving was so powerful that she wanted me to share with you a powerful, connected, intimate conversation about financial freedom that can totally change the course of your life, just like what it did for her. So good morning this morning. What are you grateful for? Tell me, what are you grateful for this morning? Good morning, Katya. Good morning, Chandra. Good morning, everyone. This morning, I am so grateful for being here, being alive, being right next to beautiful Carla, waking up every day, my beautiful daughter, Isabella. So I am so grateful for that and being here today. So tell me, what are you? Yes, Lex, you're grateful to be alive. You're grateful for your family. It's a great way to start your day in just being grateful for something. So what I want to tell you about the next 20 minutes is my vision for this time that we are together is to enhance your financial knowledge so you can create the vision that you want to create for your life, the lifestyle, the financial freedom that you want to create for your life. So tell me a little bit about, what does financial freedom means to you? I would love to hear, what does financial freedom means to you? And financial freedom has a meaning that is very deep. And for Shanda, financial freedom was the ability for her to create space so she can continue to help other people. Very, very deep. So what is financial freedom mean to you? And that's really important to connect with, because where we're going is for you to create a simple path and simple journey so you can totally create the financial freedom that it means for you. So when you started connecting with what financial freedom means to you, I want you to take an opportunity to feel it. I want you to take an opportunity to be intimate with yourself, to be intimate about, what is that vision? What is that imagination? How can you see yourself living in financial freedom? Are you living in financial freedom because you want to create a difference for others? Do you want to create financial freedom because you want to spend time with your family? You want to create financial freedom because you want to just be present, travel the world, service others? My journey started a long, long time ago, and I want to take a moment just to share with you openly where I come from. I come from a very humble beginning of a family that my dad was the working man, and my mom was the one that stayed at home and took care of us. But one of the things that it really drove me when I was connecting with what financial freedom means to me was the presence for me to be with my family. When I was a little kid, my dad was someone that totally worked a lot. He was constantly working. And one of the things that I wish, and my dad passed 6 years ago, was to have a deeper connection with him, was to have a more a relationship where we were both together most of the time. So financial freedom to me, it means to be present, connected with my family. It means that I will be the source for creating financial freedom for others and empowering others to create financial freedom so they can create the lifestyle that they want. So what does financial freedom means to you? I love to hear from some of you. What does financial freedom means to you? And the moment that you started connecting with, then we can start looking into, okay, what will be a path? What will be a total path that you can continue to create in your life so you can start totally changing your financial outcome? And that's what one of the things that for Shanda, the declaration was to create financial freedom so she can empower others. And And as you guys have experienced her, she is someone that is constantly giving to you. She's constantly empowering you, inspiring you to make a difference in your life, to send your message through so many channels and to connect with people. So what would a life would look like for you when some of you, oh, and I'm looking at what you're wearing. So financial freedom to you means no debt. Sherry, thank you for sharing. No debt and no worry about investing. So we'll talk about debt in a second. Alicia, financial freedom means living without financial limitations. I love that. Dagmar, you said time with my family. I can totally connect with you. Jessica, good morning. Christine says financial freedom to be there for my family, serve others, and travel the world. What a beautiful vision. Dennis, to have the time to spend with my boyfriend. Yes, show your love, be with them. Julianne, financial freedom means I can be present with my kids. That it's such a gratitude place to come from. And a lot of you, freedom, it's be worry-free. I love to talk about that in a second. Suzanne, I'm grateful for the abundance of joy and peace in my life. Thank you for sharing so much about your financial freedom. When you're starting to look at what financial freedom looks like for you, imagine yourself that you have reached that. Put yourself in that position that you have reached that moment of financial freedom. You're with your family. You are with the world. Now, what I want you to take an opportunity is connect with the idea of you opening the doors for others to experience the same thing. Imagine what that will do for this world. Imagine the change that will create for others. And now you can start creating a path from a place of not only the financial freedom I would create for myself, but the financial freedom that I will be sharing with others, empowering others to create financial freedom. So let's start with something that I was explaining Shanda a long time ago. When it comes to investing, creating financial freedom, there's 2 points to start from. The first place to start from is the word investing. Investing is a way for you to create a difference in the outcome of your finances that will support you to create a lifestyle that you want. So if you're a painter, you pay more. Let the financial investment support that. If it's dancing, if it's sharing with others wellness, let that support you. Start looking at investments as a springboard that can support you to continue the things that you love, instead of being investment something so heavy about like, I need to be such an expert. I need to be ingrained in numbers. I need to be like in something that is so difficult. So start easing away from the definition of investment and start embracing what can create for you as a springboard. The other side will be speculation. So there's a difference between investing and in speculations. So I want to say something about the difference, because there's a distinction between two of them, and not that one is right and one is wrong, but I want you to have a full understanding of what both of them mean. So when you're speculating, let's start with that. You're basically investing in something that is going to have a tremendous high growth in a short amount of time, 1,000% return with no logical reason behind it. So it's something that doesn't have stability. It's something that it doesn't have something that can create consistency. So it's going to support you with what you want to create in your life. Well, you might have some days rocky roads. It might be one day like, yay, I'm excited about it. I made 1,000% in cryptocurrency. Not to criticize cryptocurrency, but I also want to say, whoa, I have a really bad week. It's not going really well for me. And it's just having that emotions going up and down that we create from speculation. Not that it's bad. I just want you to know what you're stepping into. And investing is something that is passive, something that gets consistency, something that is constantly supporting you and continuing your vision of what you want to create in your life. So if you have an understanding of where both are located, you can start creating decisions based on something that you are aligned with. Let me say this to you. Speculating is not bad, but let's just say you have a certain amount of money that you're ready to invest. And I will talk to you guys that don't have that capacity in a second. But I want you to know, if you have an ability to invest right now, what I want you to know is it's okay to have a small percentage to be in speculation, because there are great things can happen. There's an opportunity to make money. For those of you who have been in cryptocurrency, the early adopters that were speculating probably created a huge return, an amazing amount of difference in their financial life. But if you have seen, it goes up and down. So that creates instability that I'm telling you about, that if you are traveling the world in the middle of your traveling, so all of a sudden your bank account hits a dip, that's definitely not going to support you. Too often in speculation is like Tom is saying, yes, it's like going to the casino. Your emotions are up, your emotions are down. So I was sharing with Shanda, and I was mentoring about, like, where do you start? I want you to know what is the place to start from. When you go to investment, you're creating solid investments that are giving you a consistency. So let me tell you something that will help you along the way and give you a perspective of what consistency can give you. If you guys don't know about something called the rule of 72, let me bring this up to here. It's called the rule of 72. And actually, these cards are great because I learned this from this awesome guy called Alex Arriaga. And I think it was great just to bring up to you, because what you can see, you'll remember. A rule of 72 is basically the ability of what is the return of investment that your money is getting, and what is the amount of time that it will take to double your money. So for example, if I divide 72 by 6% return of investment, it will take you 12 years to double your money. So why I'm choosing 6%? I'm choosing 6% because it's something that is simply attainable. It's over inflation. Inflation can run anywhere between 3 to 5%, depending on how you're calculating. But if you started creating simplicity in your life and started overcomplicating the things that you believe is this world of investing, your life will become easier. You'll be able to connect with yourself. You'll be able to tell others and support others in creating the same consistency from a place of peace, from not a place of scarcity. A lot of investors have two places that they come from. Some of them come from a place of abundance, and some of them will come from a place of scarcity. The people that is coming from a place for scarcity, they're always looking for the next thing that is going to shoot up in the next, 3 days, 5 days, 6 months. And the people that come from a place of abundance, they trust themselves that in the path that there are within, it will create the financial freedom that they want. So I want you to have an opportunity to say, am I coming from a place of scarcity that I got to create this investment because I'm running out of money and I have to put this money over here because I know it's going to give me? So just notice my energy that it's crazy, and it can bring you anxiety. So start coming from a place like, you know what? I trust this. I trust the process. This is something that is going to be consistent along the way. So what I want to tell you next is, imagine yourself that you have an opportunity now to invest in something that is going to give you 6%, and in 12 years, you're going to double your money. So that's the rule of 72. So you have three different options. You have real estate assets, you have stock assets, and then you have something like it's speculation. Let's use as an example, Bitcoin. So, and it's okay to be in any one of them, but Shanda chose to be in real estate. And the reason is, think about this. There are three things in life that are a necessity of life. You have shelter, which is real estate. You have food, and you have energy. So as long as human beings are on earth, we will need food, energy, and shelter. So let's choose something that is something not only that is needed, but can support others to create a life. How many of you have been in, some of you probably have been in investing. If anybody is investing in real estate, just please share that with me. If it's real estate, stocks, Bitcoin, and just come out there and share with us what are you investing with, which all of them are okay. But the choice that Shanda took a long time ago was real estate, and that's what gave her the springboard to go to a place that she can create consistency. So her vision of supporting others and create other business leaders, it's right now a living organism, and you guys are feeling it. So starting from a place of, what do I choose? Am I choosing from scarcity? Am I choosing from abundance? Is it real estate? Is it stocks? Is it Bitcoin? But I also know that the power of investment can be a springboard for me to create what I want to create in my life, which is a freedom of either painting, traveling the world, being with your family. So here's one other thing I want you to know. This is a conversation that a lot of people I hear about all the time. And it is an action item that will serve you moving forward. People sometimes think that debt is bad. And this is what it looks like probably in your mind. Ugly faces. That's right. You think of debt and you think it's totally bad. And I know this culture and this world is conditioning to think that debt is bad. Well, let me say something to you. There's different types of debt, and one of the debt is oppressive debt. And that is something that is over 8%. So let's talk about if you have any credit cards that is 14, 15, 16%. I'm in alignment with you for you to go take care of those cards, bring them down, because that is oppressive. That is actually going against your current. That is going against your financial freedom. But I also want you to take a shift. And this is a part in this conversation that could totally change the outcome of your financial freedom, which is embracing debt. And when you're starting embracing debt, thanks for sharing. Kate, it says stocks, Jill, short-term condo, and Vail. Great, thanks for sharing that. So I want you guys to know that debt can also be amazing. And I want you to visualize what debt would look like when you put hearts around it. So if you can give me some hearts, give me some hearts and start understanding that debt can also be great for you. Debt that is something like positive debt that is less than 5%. For those of you who have like a house and you're thinking in your mind, I have to pay my home in the next 5 years, 15 years, as fast as possible because it's an asset. I'm sorry, it's not an asset. It's a liability. It is a liability because you're sitting on the equity and there's nothing you can do about it unless selling the homes or getting lines of equity. But I want you to know that if you take your time to fall in love with positive debt, you will also create the point that you create the ability to have extra money in your life so you can invest in something passive, consistency, that would allow you to create something like I said. In 6% investments, you will double your money in 12 years. Imagine constantly doubling your money in a certain amount of time. What would that create for you? So one more thing that I want to share with you, because I want you to connect with every aspect in your life. So if you're in a place that you can't afford right now investments, or you have a little bit to invest, or if you have a lot to invest, I want to give you some guidance. This is exactly what I was sharing with Shanda when she said, Alex, I have no money to invest. So if you have no money to invest, your path of simplicity in investments is to create value for others. What is it that you can create value for others? What is it that you can provide to other investors that they can see the value in you, so you even have no money involved in a deal, but you can actually benefit and being compensated? And I'm not talking about real estate agency, but you can be compensated out of a value that you're providing. If you have a little bit of money, I want you to start thinking about collaboration. How you can collaborate with others that also have money, so you as a whole can create an impact when it comes to investments. So think about collaboration. And if you have a lot of money, you have the ability, you completely have the ability to do everything you want and start working in a world of compounding. And then the conversation of debt gets bigger, and how do I use debt positive in a larger way? So this conversation is about you breaking through the fears of what's coming up for you when it's about investment. What does it mean to you to be financially free? Am I coming from abundance? Am I coming from scarcity? Am I choosing something that is consistent, that is a bare necessity of life, that can support others to live a beautiful life? And when I'm talking about debt and feeling debt, I want to embrace debt from a place that debt is good. It's good as long as you understand debt. So it's a beautiful place to be here with you. I want to thank all of you guys that are giving your comments and talking about collaboration and talking about what are the things that are meaning financial freedom for you. I want to tell you a thing. Shanda is someone so giving that was the key element for her to break through financial freedom when it comes to investment. Her north was, how can I support and create value for others on a constant and repeated basis so I can create a financial portfolio and path for me to create my HeartCore business company that is supporting others. So I want to leave you with this question. What is it that you will create for others that will be a living vision of your financial freedom? So think about, connect today. What is the beautiful, graceful you that will create value for others that will put you in a path to financial freedom? For those of you who want to continue this conversation, you can come to a website, which is keepingitsimplewithalex.com. Keepingitsimplewithalex.com. I just give tips. It's providing value to you guys so you guys can continue in your financial path. So once again, thank you for being here today. It's amazing to see how many of you are excited at 6 a.m. in the morning to be here. I trust that you will create a financial freedom in your life that will have a meaning not only for you, but for others. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful, beautiful day. If you have any questions, put them on the comments. I will look throughout the day to answer your questions. Have a beautiful day, blessed day. See you guys 6 a.m. in the morning tomorrow with Shanda. Bye.